The year is 1919, Europe lies in ruins. World War I, a conflict of unprecedented brutality, has finally ended. Millions are dead, empires have crumbled, and the continent is scarred physically and emotionally. The victorious Allied powers gather in Paris, their task to create a lasting peace and prevent another such catastrophe. Yet the atmosphere is thick with tension. The desire for retribution, particularly against Germany, clashes with hopes for reconciliation and a just settlement. This is the backdrop against which the Treaty of Versailles, signed on the 28th of June 1919, was born. It was a treaty forged in the shadow of immense suffering, burdened with the weight of history and tasked with shaping the future of a shattered world. The Treaty of Versailles was a complex document with far-reaching consequences. For Germany, the terms were harsh. The treaty held Germany solely responsible for the war, compelling it to accept what became known as the War Guilt Clause. Germany was forced to cede territory, disarm its military, and pay heavy reparations to the victors. The treaty redrew the map of Europe, creating new nations like Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia, but also sowing the seeds of future conflict. The once mighty German Empire was humbled, its economy crippled, and its people left with a profound sense of resentment and injustice. The treaty negotiations were a battleground of competing visions. US President Woodrow Wilson arrived in Paris with his 14 points, advocating for a just and lasting peace based on self-determination and a League of Nations to prevent future wars. French Prime Minister Georges Clemenceau, on the other hand, prioritized French security and punishing Germany. He pushed for harsh terms, believing that only a weakened Germany could guarantee France's safety. These opposing viewpoints, idealism versus realism, shaped the treaty's final form and contributed to its controversial nature. The Treaty of Versailles was met with mixed reactions. While the Allied nations, relieved to have ended the war, generally welcomed it, the response in Germany was one of outrage and despair. The treaty's harsh terms, particularly the War Guilt Clause and reparations, were seen as humiliating and unjust, fostering a deep sense of resentment amongst the German population. This resentment would fester in the years to come, contributing to the rise of nationalism and extremism that would ultimately pave the way for another devastating world war. The Treaty of Versailles remains a subject of debate among historians. Some argue that it was too harsh, that the crippling reparations and territorial losses imposed upon Germany created the conditions for economic instability and resentment that fueled the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Others contend that the treaty was necessary to punish Germany for its role in the war and prevent future aggression. Regardless of which side of the debate one takes, there is no doubt that the Treaty of Versailles cast a long shadow over the 20th century. Its legacy serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of peacemaking and the enduring consequences of war.